when VR and Battle Royale collide.
Let's chat about that.
Konnichiwa. Welcome to the Chat Room Podcast. This is our last episode of the season. We will be having a season 2 coming sometime in September. More details will be in August. I will do a video on both channels, My Samurai and this one, to give you guys more details once we talk about our start date for season 2.
All right.
If you guys are new to the channel, we do have 15 other episodes. Go ahead and check them out. I'm Joku.
I'm CJ.
And before we start the episode, we would like for you guys to check out our other pages, The Italian Samurai and Super CJ's World. Also to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, share the videos, and also comment down below for anything you guys like the video or even any other videos out there. And also to check out our merch. I do have some new merch. Our version 2 podcast shirts will be coming up soon. Just got to get the design right, and then it'll be up on the store. All right, man. Season 1, episode 16, our last episode for the season.
Yeah.
Man, we had a good season, man. Good episodes, good talk.
Oh, yeah. I've quite enjoyed my time with this.
Of course. Of course. Like I said, man, we should have done this earlier, like before this, but you know what?
It's never too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late. And like I said, we're trying to do other things besides just talking about games. Except for this one. Here's our last one. So trying to make it really good.
Kind of games.
It's games, but we are trying to think of other stuff to do outside the box. But I think, this one here is going to be good too. Anyways, one of our episodes, we talked about what universe we would like to live in.
I remember that one. That was quite the conversation.
You picked Star Wars.
I did.
I picked Ready Player One because, like I said, that has both of every single world.
Yep.
So when CJ one time asked me, he's like, can you pick some characters, your favorite characters of all time? It doesn't matter what universe. And I got to thinking, too, like, what would happen if we did something about VR? So if anybody's read the book, Ready Player One, or even watched the movie, Ready Player One, basically where he just goes into the VR and he can, like, feel everything if he has that battle suit. So I told CJ, like, what would happen if we had the VR, or should I say the Oasis, and actually go into the world?
Yeah.
And that one planet where it was just basically Planet Doom, where they went to a big battle royale, and you had to set up your team to go in and fight to the death. Now remember, if it was like that movie, man,
yes.
you lose your coins, man. You lose your shit.
You lose your shit, you really lose your shit.
So I told CJ, like, if you were going in there with like a 6-man group, you're number 1 plus 5 other people. Now these other people can be anything except for Dragon Ball Z because they are just planet explosion people. I mean, Goku, even down to like Krillin, can just blow up a planet.
And also, then you also tell me, like, we would also have certain abilities for us.
Well, yeah,
too.
we would have certain, because we're not going to go in there just fucking, we'll die.
We would be eliminated very fast.
So, anyways, I will let you start your characters. Now,
you want to do all 5 of my characters? Or we
let's do all 5. Okay. Now, you're going to do, like...
now, do you want to start with...
heavy hitters?
No, with me. What my powers would be and all that crap?
Yeah, you start with yourself and then your 5 other,
all right,
comrades. But I don't know if you're like your second one's going to be your heavy hitter or you're going to save him for the last.
Well, I feel a lot of practically almost every member of my team is a heavy hitter. So
all right, so basically, like I said, you're logging into the VR, you're going into Planet Doom, and what are you going as?
Well, and I chose this one for me because I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1, and I've been really Scorpion is normally the guy I go to for that, but I decided to branch out with another character.
Sorry, thirsty.
That's all right. Take that Joku juice.
All right, Joku juice.
Anyway, I've been using this character called Omni-Man, Now, I don't know too much about him, but the character himself in Mortal Kombat, he's very powerful, very fast. He can fly. I mean, he can survive in space, etc. So that would be. I chose myself to have his abilities. I mean, he's almost like Superman. But like I said, I don't know too much about him aside from the game.
I've never even heard of this guy character.
Yeah.
But then again, Mortal Kombat has been putting like weird people in.
Yes.
From like different things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not Mortal Kombat, because I remember like one time they put like the Terminator and all this
Yep.
stuff. But okay, so continue your
So
guy.
basically, I chose Omni-Man would be the style of character I would be.
All right.
So I mean, like I said, super strength, speed, fly, super hearing, everything. So that's who I would be going in with my 5 soldiers.
And then who's your 5 comrades?
My 5 soldiers. Let's see what I want to start with here. Well, the guy that I'm going to start with, I guess, would be my right-hand man, would be Wolverine.
Somebody from the MCU.
Yep.
All right.
Wolverine is just because, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. He's got rapid healing abilities, super senses, smell,
Well, it's
vision,
one thing, but you remember also too, this
them
is
claws.
it's not the claws, but I mean, I do have a person that's like not too strong, but not too weak.
Yeah.
But we are going into a place that people might have like fucking bombs.
Exactly.
So I mean, if he gets exploded, he's not going to regenerate himself that much. He's not like Cell where he can just grow an arm, but bullets and stuff like that.
It's not going to harm him, really. I mean, it'll hurt him, but then he heals up.
He's animal, but I mean, if somebody shoot him with like a fucking cannon from a tank,
Well,
he's going to go bye-bye.
maybe, because, I mean, I know Wolverine has literally survived a nuclear blast.
All right, so Wolverine, good choice.
So my second choice would be Darth Vader.
Bringing in a Sith.
I am
Bringing in a Sith.
the best Sith in my opinion, but
Oh no, he's pretty good. I mean, also too, you want that lightsaber because it can probably
Yes.
cut through a lot of things. If there is missiles, he can probably sense those and then use force blast or force push and then
Yep.
get those out of there. So yeah, he can choke a lot of people.
Yep.
So yeah, Vader would be a good choice.
Oh, definitely.
So basically, you're going down almost my route that I have some people similar. So
Okay.
excuse me. So yeah. You got this Mortal Kombat powers of yourself.
Yep.
You have a Sith and you have Wolverine. You could do some good damage.
Oh yeah.
You could do some good damage, or at least protect yourself and stuff like that.
So, with that said, like I said, Omni-Man is not exactly Mortal. He's not from Mortal Kombat.
I didn't even heard of this guy.
Yeah. You can look him up, but they just put him in that newest Mortal Kombat game. But speaking of Mortal Kombat, I did choose Scorpion as my next guy.
Scorpion as your next guy.
I mean, he is an undead demon, basically. I mean,
Open portals to hell.
yep. And he can spawn for another versions of himself.
Clone himself. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's a fatality in the new game where I forgot what the fatality is called, but he brings out 3 different scorpions to stab you with one stabs you with a sword, another one hits you with an axe on your head, and then the other one does the toasty fatality, and then your main scorpion you use the spear, get over here, and he literally kicks your skeleton right out of your body. So
Okay. Good choice. I'm just kind of thinking like other people in the battlefield who has other stronger people.
true. Like I said, I mean, I didn't want to completely have like just super OP. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can like back up to a guy like, let's say, Wolverine. Like he can use his spear and then bring it, and then Wolverine can just like
Stab him.
yeah, you see what I mean?
All right.
Use a whole combination of
Okay.
themselves.
Okay.
Then the other guy, this guy is definitely a heavy hitter in my opinion. Kratos from God of War.
Wow.
And
You're
now
you're trending. Let's see. You have Wolverine, Vader, Scorpion. Which Scorpion is like not like a twin person. He's not relative to anything for me. But Kratos. So when I say my people, you're like, oh, they're similar, but they're different. But okay,
Okay.
Kratos. All right.
but the Kratos that I'm choosing is not from the ones from the God of War 2018 or Ragnarok, I'm choosing the most powerful Kratos that I know of, that I believe is the most powerful version of him, was from God of War 3.
Okay.
I mean, Godwin, he just literally just slaughtered gods left and right. I mean, that is his most powerful form, I believe. At least in my heart, that is his most strongest form. And like I said, he uses many weapons in that game. He's got the Blades of Exile. He has Hades hooks. He has Hermes speed boots. He has the head of Helios.
So basically, he can dodge. He can.
Yeah.
So basically, if something comes out, he can probably grab something, like at least Wolverine or something who doesn't have speed,
and he can just
duck, and then meanwhile Vader can like trying to direct him.
Yeah. And he's got what else? He's got these weapon called Nemesis whips. They're basically electrified style of his regular blades, except they're like a 3 like scissor like style, but with electricity all around it. And he has Hercules big ass gauntlets that he has, which can break down opponents. And on top of all that, he's got the friggin' Blade of Olympus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a heavy hitter in my book.
All right. Definitely a heavy hitter.
And my last guy, he's going to be like revert to not as a powerhouse as the other ones I just said. He's going to be around the same, I guess, league as in the Scorpion. Predator.
Ooh,
Now,
Predator.
I'm telling you, this is a very specific one too. I didn't just pick any Yautja out there. I picked the one from AVP Requiem Part 2. Reason I picked him because he was able to slaughter so many xenomorphs in that movie. And it's the black sheep of the Predator and Alien movies. But that Predator, he was just simply a badass. I mean, he was basically his job for them is basically like cleanup in case the xenomorphs go out of control.
What would happen if you were going against another team and somebody had Terminators?
That would be an interesting fight right there.
Because I remember one time we were talking with some friends on the West Coast, like in California, in that area, the West Coast, and they were like talking about we had Alien versus Predator, but what would happen if you had Predator versus Terminators?
I've heard.
I said that Terminators will win
against the Predator.
Yeah,
he would definitely have a hard time because he could because he's got actual flesh, so Predator could see the heat radiation off the flesh and also the mechanical, so he'd probably light up like a furnace. But I don't think he could hide from the Terminator using the invisible cloak that they have, because I think the Terminator would be able to sense it.
Yeah,
through its machine.
So basically, I said, we're trying to have a team. Like I said, there are going to be people out there who have like other powers or whatever out there. Because there could be a guy out there who's like, "Hey man, I want Batman, I want Superman."
Yeah.
But then again, if someone has Superman, someone might bring in like kryptonite.
That's the reason why I didn't choose Superman.
Because you never know, somebody's going to have a weakness for your teammate.
Everyone's got a weakness.
So that's what I'm trying to base this thing off. Not to be like because someone out there could be like. You got somebody who's like, "Oh, I got the Iron Giant," like in the movie, Iron Giant. But then you got Vader who can just go poof, with the Force,
exactly.
Or somebody brings in Magneto,
yes, and he just turn him into a.
So that's another thing too. You got Vader who's more machine, and you got somebody who's Magneto. Vader's fucked.
Maybe.
Wolverine is fucked.
Wolverine is definitely fucked against a guy like Magneto. He can just keep him in one spot and not have him move at all for the entire fight.
Yeah, so but the thing is, if you had Magneto do that, hopefully your Predator can turn invisible and then take his ass out.
He probably could, because the one I chose, because the Predators had the shoulder plasmas. This one he had 2.
Oh shit!
And he was able to take out 2 heads at one time. Boom, in the movie.
So that's why I was thinking like who I'm going to bring in there, because like other people might have.
This is
stronger stuff.
This is another one thing. It's not exactly a weapon. It was basically designed to get rid of evidence. But he has this blue liquid-like stuff, and it's more potent than the alien's acid blood.
Oh shit!
Because it literally dissolves alien matter. And he used it as a weapon against one of them because there was a scene where they were in a public pool. He put that stuff in the water and just dissolved that thing right in the water.
So, with your team said, hopefully you would win. Like I said, you got your, every person has a weakness.
Yep.
So like that's why I was sitting there thinking my people too, because like someone's out there might have a better person.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have like freaking anybody out there from even like, I mean, Harry Potter people come flying through there and wizard do that shit. Or
now I will tell you this though, before I actually went with Omni-Man for myself, I was actually either gonna go for my power, I was gonna go with either Dumbledore, or I was gonna go Lord Voldemort, one of those two. And then I was like, the more I was playing my Mortal Kombat, I'm like, you know what? I like the style of this guy Omni-Man.
And hopefully you can run with that.
Yes.
And hopefully you survive in Battle, Planet Doom with all fucking 20 million people.
Who knows what other fighters it's in that fight?
Hey, I mean, you might get a good run, and then somebody else. Just, like I said, everybody's going to be like I said. It's anybody's universe out there.
Yep. That was the magic of that movie. To be honest with you, it was just like you just saw all kinds of different things just meshed up into one.
Not to get off the topic for us, but the reason why the movie and the book was better because the movie was Warner Brothers, so they couldn't really have a whole lot of weird. But the book,
I didn't read the book, but I listened to an audio.
But the book had like so much more stuff. Like they had Star Wars stuff in there.
Yeah.
And since the movie was Warner Brothers, they couldn't use Star Wars stuff because that was Disney. And so,
yeah.
But still, imagine if it was a real world and just being anything. That's why I like the book so much.
It was just like a bunch of things just meshed up together.
It
wasn't just a meshed up mess. It was everything. It was great.
That's the reason why the other episode, What Universe We Live In, that's why I picked Ready Player One, because like you have every single world you want to go to, and not to mention it relives some of that stuff. Like, can you imagine going into like say Twisters and actually
that would be insane.
Be with Bill and Joe, Joe, not the new Twister. I'm talking about the OG one.
Yep.
And go fucking do Twisters. That's why I said that's the reason why I took that, that episode, and then what you said about the characters. I'm like, well, we went into a battle, and you're battling until you lose or game over.
Yep.
It's like how far will you get with your people?
Well, for me, if I don't make it to the end, I'm hoping with the characters that I chose will make me at least come close to the end, if not.
Well, if anything, maybe we take these characters we're about to say. Maybe we'll have a part 2. Like, say you do die.
Okay.
And you have to pick another 5 more people that you can't use these people no more.
All right.
And then we'll do another episode in season 2 of like we'll get back to this, because there's so many more characters out there.
Oh God, my brain was racked. I was like, I took until 2 days ago to finally finish my full team because I only had Wolverine for the longest time. He was the only one I had in mind.
Hey, I mean, you're gonna pick like the people you know. So, like I said, 3 of your people are similar to mine, and well, at least two of them are from the same universe.
You didn't pick the exact same characters I did.
No.
Okay.
So you actually have different. 2 of them the same universe.
Similar, but not the same character.
Not the same character,
okay,
but same universe.
I'm glad we didn't actually meet somewhere.
No. So basically, I've been already, when I told you about this conversation, I already had 5 of my characters locked in.
Yeah, you had it much faster than me.
And then you asked me like, are you gonna change them? I'm like, I was going to change one character, but I was like, no, I'm locking it in right here.
All right.
And then when you called me up and said, hey, what about your stuff? Are you going to walk in there with any powers or just going to be like barehanded? I'm like, that's a good idea. So I would be a Jedi.
All right.
And
I was almost going to do that too.
And so I was going to be, I'll go in as a Jedi, and I would be, obviously, because I'm Italian samurai, I would have a lightsaber like the.
That would be sick! Like the hilt.
The hilt would be a samurai sword.
That would be dope.
And then the actual blade is curved just a little bit.
Nice.
Because usually blades are straight.
Yeah.
But this one would be just a little,
Just that
be a little,
slight
slant.
yeah.
So yeah.
Now, would it have like, kind of like, would it look kind of like the blade instead of like just looking like a normal lightsaber blade? Would it have like?
You talking about the hilt?
Would it have like almost like an edge like look to it to the blade?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it would just be a nice little
It'd just
blade.
be kind of okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but the hilt would be, it's got the all the rapids and stuff like that.
Let me ask you this. Because the Jedi always keep it like on that. Would you actually have it like hooked up where you could actually pull it out and just?
Yep. As soon as you pull it out, it ignites.
Oh.
Because they did have a Star Wars Visions cartoon on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And it was all like black and white, I think it was. And there was a guy who's like all samurai, like a Ronin.
Yeah.
He had it just like that. As soon as he took it out, it just ignited.
Oh, sick.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta be a Jedi. I want some power. So if somebody comes near me, I can just boom, do some shit like that.
Right on, right on.
So
you'd work with my Vader very well.
So after that, I would have to bring in another Sith.
Oh, you got.
I'm gonna bring in a Sith that's been popular since the Old Republic, Darth Revan.
I was just gonna say that, Darth Revan.
If I was gonna have anybody on my team, I was like, do I want to pick a Jedi? No, I want to pick a Sith. Ruthless. He's an assassin. He's fast. He's quick. He's got two blades.
I was gonna say he's got two blades.
He's got two lightsabers. He's just quick. He's ruthless. I mean, I don't know who's stronger, him or Vader, but he is.
I think there's been a debate about that before, but I think just like, debates of anything. Everyone's got their own opinion, who they're more fan of than the other.
I mean, they're both good.
Yeah.
I think Vader's more scary.
Yes.
Because with that breathing, but I mean, he's quick, assassin, So I'm like, if I'm gonna be a Jedi, I need a Sith.
All right.
We have force powers. We can force pull. We can force all that stuff.
I know this doesn't matter too much in this conversation, but what color would your blade be?
My blade would be fucking orange.
Orange. Somehow I thought you was gonna say orange because I know orange is your favorite color.
Orange is my favorite color. I think I would be like orange with a fucking dark black robe.
Nice.
Because I think orange and black just goes mesh well. And then, of course, Revan's got the red and purple.
Yep.
Which is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful combination.
I agree.
All right, so there's my first teammate. My second teammate would be Gambit.
Gambit. Oh, okay.
Gambit.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Gambit. I mean,
similar. I went with Wolverine. You went with Gambit.
I think Gambit would be awesome because he can just pick a bunch of cards. Playing cards in his vest. He can use them in explosion. Yep. So I need somebody to be on my back to can throw stuff and to make things explode.
Got it.
And not to mention he's got that fucking staff.
Yep.
So if I have force powers, I can pull him, or even Revan can pull him towards him, and then he can throw a card at him.
Yep. Or what he could do? He can ignite a few of those cards. Either you or Darth Revan can take a bunch of them all at the same time as they're glowing using the Force and throw like a heaping bunch of them at once.
And even make them faster.
Yeah.
So basically a wide spread.
Yes.
Because I need something really spread because if you got people who might have, like I said, Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Somebody comes up with a fucking Megazord or even Mega Godzilla or Mecha Godzilla. We're talking about anything in books, movies, or anime could be in this world.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna run up against.
Yep.
You might have somebody who's thinking, oh, I'll bring in Pokemon. Okay, fine, whatever. This person might bring in Turtles or Battletoads or Halo or
any of that.
So you don't really know what the hell you.
And actually, in the movie, there was some Halo characters.
I know. I saw that. So I think Gambit would work well with
good pick.
With the thing, and then my second person I have to bring in would be my man, the Fierce Deity Link.
Oh, he went with Link.
I'll have to bring Link in here as a Fierce Deity.
Oh, the Fierce Deity Link.
Because he is a god.
Right.
He's got that sword, and he can use it, and he throws powers out. He throws like laser beams out of the sword.
Yeah. I've
So
played it.
like I said, again, I need something that has more. I want something to be more
You had
shootable
more
stuff.
like, yeah, you had like distance style of attack.
Exactly.
Well, that's
So
the thing. Even with yours, and including also Revan, you can use the Force to throw your lightsabers and bring it back too. So you guys can do that too.
yeah,
And my Darth Vader could do that. We've seen him do it.
with the exactly.
There you again. I mean, that's another ranged attack.
And
And if you came across like an Iron Giant, Darth Vader, you or Darth Revan can take lightsaber, just cut him down to size right
well,
at his
see, the
feet.
thing is that hopefully, I mean, if you're in there, I'm coming after you too. So shit, but I mean, with my team, if I see somebody with an Iron Giant, it's like, hey, listen, Revan, you take out one leg, I take the other.
Exactly.
So that's one thing that you got to think about. Somebody might bring in Batman, somebody might bring in the Green Lantern.
Yep.
Somebody might bring in anybody. Buzz Lightyear, I don't know, man. Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, shit.
See, a fun fact on that, when I was trying to come up with my ideas, my wife and my daughter was trying to help me out, and my daughter actually suggested to me Sonic would be one of mine. I was almost going to.
See, but what can he was just speed and just like
he's not a warrior.
He's exactly. I mean, even if you pick Knuckles will get blown up.
And I was like, if I was going to choose any from that, it probably would have been Knuckles. If I had to choose anyone from there.
But remember, you got to remember other. People might bring in like Halo people with guns and missiles. And stuff. Knuckles wouldn't survive that stuff.
No, not really.
So that's why I'm sitting there thinking, my people, I'm like, okay, there's going to be people out there with big explosions.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be, who knows, somebody might bring in X-Wings and somebody might bring in, who knows what.
Yep. And you being a Jedi, you have access to a Jedi fighter.
I might get blown out of the sky.
True, but I mean, the possibilities is there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit there and go, let me go to my jet. No. No. Like I said, there's going to be all kinds of people on the ground, tanks, stuff flying through the sky. I mean,
yep.
Who knows what. I mean, hell, somebody might bring in fucking Independence Day, the mothership.
Oh, shit, that would have been insane.
If they had access to that or whatever. All right, so I got two more people. So, yeah, so I got Revan, I got Link, and then, of course, I said I got Gambit. My other person here, it's not really a big, heavy hitter, but I think she'll get the job done because she has a nice AoE.
Oh, is she?
Yes, and that would be Nariko from Heavenly Sword.
Oh shit! You know what? I actually forgot about that character.
That's why.
Okay,
that's
see
why
again,
when you say Kratos, I'm like, okay, because she's almost like a Kratos, but she's a goddess.
Well,
and if
Kratos
you ever
is a god, so
if you ever play like the last board of that, she takes out because her swords is like one big sword.
Yeah.
But then she breaks them apart, and she also has them on a chain.
Yeah.
And then she just whips them around, like almost like Michelangelo with the nunchucks.
Nice. Well, that's what Kratos can do too. I mean, he has a move called the Cyclone of Chaos, where he just swings those blades, and it just like slices and dices everyone around.
She can flip and do all that stuff while she's doing it. So if she gets into a wave of enemies, she can just.
Yep.
And hopefully I can be there and try to push some enemies out, or Reverend can do whatever.
Yep.
And then Gambit can just boom blow them up.
Yep.
And then of course I got my dude Link with the big old fucking sword and just do all that shit.
Yeah.
So you know I want some just in case some close combat and then of course I wanted some big AOEs.
Well, some of some of my characters can do a bit of both. On some of my characters, because like I said, Scorpion. I mean, he can throw that spear long distances.
And of course, he can just open portals and throw a bunch of people in there.
Open portals right to hell.
That's it.
And you're done.
You limit him. If he gets, say, a bunch of people, like, say he opens a portal, Darth Vader can just, throw a bunch of people,
All
20 people in
right
a fucking portal. He can close it.
And that's that.
That's 20 people off the board already.
Yep.
So you're heading up on the scoreboard.
Yes.
So, my next person, I think he is a good heavy hitter.
All right.
Because it deals with, we're already online. I'm picking my man Neo.
I was almost going to pick him myself. I really was.
I'm like, his powers have to work because this is he's jacked into online.
Yeah.
So all his powers is going to be there. He can fly. He has super strength. He has speed. He is the one.
See, that's basically.
And he took on all those fucking Smiths.
Yeah.
With a fucking pipe.
Now, see, with that, I would probably be able to fight him because of being on it. I'll be able to fly that fast. I got super strength, super hearing, smell, everything. So I'd probably be able to go toe to toe with him with my power.
And then since if somebody does bring something from like, Call of Duty or Halo and they got bullets, Neo can dodge them.
Yep. And with me, I'd be able to do the same thing because he's that fast. Because there was a scene when you're fighting, let's say Sub-Zero with Omni-Man, he'll tell Sub-Zero, because like when you start a fight, they'll do like this little, they'll talk to each other right before the fight.
Yes, yeah.
And Omni-Man will say to Sub-Zero, if you're fighting him, he go, cold doesn't bother me, not even the coldness of space. So that's how I know that he can go out in space and be fine. He's like almost like Frieza.
So we can go in space and try to
Yeah.
get away from somebody.
Yeah. The only one that I'd have trouble getting away with would be Neo.
Well, I don't think Neo can go into space.
Well, not sure. I mean,
it's just that ground level he can do some stuff.
Yeah.
He can like quickly go down, hit the ground, boom, and make a big shock wave.
So I guess if I was fighting him, I could probably have him chase me all the way to space, and that'll just be the end. Or
if somebody brings somebody did have like Superman, and nobody had any kryptonite or something like that, and then all of a sudden he goes into space, you can go into space and fight his ass.
Yep.
But then again, I don't know if Superman would punch a hole in your stomach.
Well, from what I understand, Omni-Man basically almost has the exact kind of powers as Superman. The problem is I don't know what Omni-Man's weakness is, though. Like I said, I didn't really do any studying about him. This was almost like a last-minute decision that I made yesterday. Because, like I said, I had a few different people who I would be. Voldemort and Dumbledore, and what was the other one? I think you said it. I can't remember.
I said a lot of people.
But there was another one that you said that I had. It was a possibility that I would be. Oh, the Jedi. That's what it was.
Oh, Jedi.
Yeah. Like I said, I had a few ideas of what I would have and what I bring to the table. So.
Well, I had one person I was going to pick before I really locked in Gambit. But I know his powers, or at least his one powers, is like limited. He can do it twice. But if you ever see, you never saw the second Deadpool, but his name is Cable.
I have heard of it.
But he has time travels powers, and he can also stop time.
Oh,
but okay. I think he can do it like a couple times. But if shit gets really south, he can just
do it only.
He can stop time and go back like 10 seconds or whatever.
Kind of like we do with the Nintendo Switch and rewind some time
back. He can rewind. So if something happens to one of his teammates and something gets blown up, I believe he can just like rewind 10 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And say, hey, get out of there. And then the person get out and boom. But it's like, if his powers are only limited.
So Gambit was the one you might have switched?
Yeah, because first it was like I had Gambit, and then I'm like okay, Cable. I was like, no, I'll keep Gambit because I want something where you can grab something, because even if somebody does do something and he drops something on the ground,
yeah,
he can pick that up and charge a rock. He can pick a rock up and charge it and then throw it or something. Yep. He beats it.
Actually, that was actually in the original X-Men series, where there was mutants that was captured by humans and they were made to work, and he was taking rocks, blowing them up, and lighting them up and blowing them up as work.
I mean, he
could do that.
If he had if he encountered someone with like a soldier, and he say a soldier had a helmet on, and he knocked him out or something, he could grab the helmet, charge it up, and that'll be a big ass fucking explosion.
Boom, right off of his hand.
So he can charge it up, throw it in front of me, and I can force push that shit far out there.
Actually, what you could do, you can probably lift it up and put it right in the middle of a group and just boom.
Exactly.
Like almost dropping bombs.
So, like I said, that was my team that I picked. Me being a Jedi, Revan, Noriko, Gambit, Neo, and then Link as Fierce Deity.
Nice.
Because like I
Like
said,
I say,
I
yeah.
didn't know what anything possible in a battle like that. I mean,
Like I said, for me, one of my long distance guys was the Predator, because he does have the two shoulder plasma cannons, and those things can almost rapid fire.
like I was sitting there thinking, like you go into a war like this, anybody can have. You could be like I said, you pick the Predators. Somebody can have Terminators.
True.
Somebody can have aliens.
Very true, man. But Predators have known to kill them.
Exactly. I mean, Terminators are not like indestructible, but
No.
I mean,
They're definitely not. But I do believe...
Wolverine would have no problem chopping one of those up.
No, definitely not. He would just shred it.
I mean, Terminators are strong, but with his he could just.
With that, versus the metal, the armor plating that the Terminator has is nothing compared to the metal that Wolverine's got.
Even if he went up to a Terminator and they shot him with a laser beam, it'll probably hurt him. He'll just get back up, it'll heal, and then he can just go take his claws and go right to the fucking dome.
Yeah.
And then bye bye PC in his head.
The CPU, yep.
Bye bye.
Right in the head. That's it.
So like that's why I was sitting there with these people. I'm like, who you never know. I mean, the world is endless.
And trust me, I was thinking about who my
Because,
the types of opponents I'd have, and that's the reason why I felt very comfortable of the soldiers I picked.
And that's the reason why I didn't want to say Dragon Ball Z, because I'm like, okay, yeah, Goku, Adult Gohan, Brawly,
Vegeta.
Well, matter of fact, if I had to go into a thing where it says all Dragon Ball people and strong people, I would pick my 5 people. If it was like Dragon Ball stuff, I would pick Goku.
Obviously.
I would have picked Future Gohan, the one who fought Super Buu.
Yep.
I would have picked Brawly.
Right. The newer one, right?
It doesn't really matter. I like them both.
Well, actually, the newer one is more powerful.
Well, then I'll go with him.
Just think about it. He fought God versions of Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah. So I would have picked him. I would have picked Lord Beerus.
What about Whis?
I would have to pick Whis too, because he's an angel. Because he's
more powerful than Beerus.
He's the only one that did not get hit by Brawly in that movie.
And he was just messing around.
Yes, he was too fast for Brawly to fight. Brawly, when Goku and Vegeta went to go to Piccolo to learn how to fuse, they basically left Frieza there, and Frieza was getting his ass whooped by Brawly. But then Brawly saw Whis, and Whis was like just jumping around like
he was having a good time.
Yeah. So I mean, even if you did something like that, then all those guys can just blow the planet up, and whoever can live and whatever, massive. That's why I said no Dragon Ball Z characters. They can just boom, 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 boom. It'll be over in like a minute.
Vegeta was able to blow up the planet before he was even a Super Saiyan, because he did that on his first trip to Earth.
Yeah.
With Nappa, when they made that little pit stop at that, I like to call. I don't know what planet it's called, but it's the Bug Planet. That's what I call it.
Yeah, they blew it all up.
And after they left, Vegeta goes bloop, boom.
Exactly. So I thought, that's why I picked my characters. I just don't know who is going to be out there. I mean, you never know. Somebody might pick all fucking Jedis.
Very true. Someone could pick all Sith.
Somebody could pick all Terminators.
I was saying I wanted to keep my.
But then again, you never know. Somebody can go out there with, like I said, Magneto. We're all fucked. Well,
no, not all of them.
Not me. Not. I think my guys would be safe from Magneto.
I know I would, because
besides Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader.
Yeah, because of his suit being metal.
Not his suit, but he's also got his 2 legs and his arm metal.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He said his suit, but
basically he's a cyborg.
So I mean, you got 2 people out already if somebody has Magneto.
And here's the only thing, though: how would the Force measure up to Magneto's magnetic power? Would it be able to, let's say Vader threw his lightsaber, which is made of metal. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Magneto's gonna stop, but what if Vader uses the Force to push it more?
And then he tried to use the lightsaber to kill Vader.
Yeah, and then Vader's using the Force to push it back at him.
That's a fucking good question. Leave it in the comments down below. Who's stronger? If, like he said, if Vader threw his lightsaber at Magneto, and Magneto uses his powers, because it's metal, to throw it back at Vader, does Vader have enough Force powers to push it even further? Me, personally, I'll have to go with Vader. That's me.
Me too.
Because, I mean, they're 2 different powers. One's a Force, one's actually a power. Dude, that's a
mutation power.
That's a good fucking question.
I literally just thought about that. I was like, yeah, he could have advantage against Vader being a cyborg, but Vader does have the Force. Does he have enough Force power, which I think he does?
I think he would.
To push stronger than Magneto's magnetic powers.
I'm sure he does because I mean, if Vader is strong, I mean, I know
we already know,
I know
he can literally. I saw this on I think it was the Kenobi show where he stopped the ship from going, and he just used the Force to stop it.
Yeah,
I mean that's a lot of power if you ask me.
If you're thinking about something like that, I think I would say more Vader could just like okay because he just one more big push.
Yeah,
but if Magneto is using one hand to stiffen up Vader, and he can't do nothing, and the other one with the lightsaber, Vader's fucked.
Unless then he's expanded the Force wide enough where he'd have to, or pushing hard enough where you have to use both hands.
Well, I'm saying, but Vader's locked up and he can't use it.
He can still use the Force without using his hands.
That's true too.
I mean, no one. I mean, it's just. I think they just do that for effects with their hands, but they don't have to use their hands.
Yeah,
to
I know.
use the Force.
I haven't seen a movie they're using their hands to do stuff, but I mean, yeah, it's just I can't imagine ever seen a movie in Star Wars where a character goes and it just goes like that,
Yeah.
I just they always use their hands to do stuff.
Like I said, I think this is effects just to make it look cool.
Yeah.
But they don't need to use their hands to use the Force.
Right.
Because actually, think about this. There's actually a scene where Vader was using the Force without even using his hands, and that was in Empire Strikes Back. Because normally, when he chokes someone, he does this. But remember, he was talking on the comms about the one guy who failed. He was just sitting there, and he was choking the life out of the guy, not using his hands.
But if Magneto was using his powers in his electrical stuff, wouldn't that kind of interfere with the Force?
I don't think so.
It's like almost like one of those things like you put metal in a microwave, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I mean, Magneto is like fucking with his light bright on his thing and using all kinds of weird stuff. Wouldn't that like radio interact with the Force? Would it kind of get all weird and shit?
I don't think so. If anything was going to interfere with the Force, he would have to have his mind would have to be not in the right place. It's more like I think they have to be in the right mind frame. And seeing as Vader, as we both know, is always in constant pain. So pain is nothing to him at this point. Right. He doesn't give two shits about pain.
And you never know. Somebody could bring in Professor X and get into fucking our mutants' heads.
I was actually thinking about that because I'm glad you said that. Because one of the characters I had this character and then I changed him. And that was Gorilla Grodd.
DC Universe.
Yes. So I was almost gonna go with him, and then I changed my mind.
Because the thing is, like, if somebody brings out like Professor X, and Gambit
could be the only guy that could be handling him.
Because Wolverine and Gambit is already fucked.
Yeah.
Because he can get into there, he can use his fucking powers and
just turn him on turn him on his own allies.
So basically, we'll be fucked if there's somebody had a Professor X.
Yep.
And I'm guaranteed somebody will have mutant. Somebody might have Storm.
Yeah. Control power, lightning, and tornadoes, and you can use all that as weapons if you have powers to it. So I mean, all things are possible.
Yeah, like I said, it's a world of endless possibilities of people picking fighters.
But yeah, let's see. How would see honestly though, when it comes to Kratos though, I mean, I don't think Magneto would be able to handle messing with the God style metals. I don't think.
You never know, bro. I mean, honestly, it is a metal.
And again, Kratos doesn't need a weapon to kill you.
No, I mean
he can use his own damn bare hands.
Even if.
Because, I mean, he's literally had those blades ripped right off of him and it hasn't stopped him.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Noriko, they're not. She just has, the sword, and then when she breaks them up, it's in a chain.
Yeah.
So basically, if they get pulled off, they just let go. So, I mean, then she's vulnerable. Then she has nothing.
Yes.
So then she can just do karate, but that's one thing.
See, here's the other thing. What is it? Shit. Can't think of the. I don't know. Hades' hooks is not metal. It's like it's almost like a creature-like flesh style hook that's made from a creature almost. It's at least it's the way it looked. It doesn't look metal. So I've had a close up of it on my photo in the PlayStation and got close up on it. It doesn't look metal. It almost looks like a praying mantis like hand, like it's just kind of hooked in. And those things can rip out souls.
Right. I mean, what would happen if somebody brought in like fucking, Iron Man or some shit like that?
See, I had thought about that too.
But then, like I said, people like Magneto's Iron Man is garbage.
Yeah, he would just be like, it could just like.
But then again, Vader can also crush his ass too.
Very true.
You got people who might have the Hulk. Somebody might bring in Batman, the Joker.
Now, see, I guess if someone decided to bring in Hulk, I got Wolverine, and as we both know, there's many comics out there with Wolverine versus the Hulk.
What about Doomsday?
I thought of not Doomsday. I had thought of Darkseid with his Omega beams. The only thing that I know that can even damage Superman.
What if somebody brought in the fucking Transformers?
That's true too. Now,
but then again, Magneto was like.
I almost thought of this one. Power Rangers, like you said, the Megazord.
But then, like I said, man, Magneto, somebody, like I said, there's always a downside. I mean, I know I keep calling him Magneto, but someone's going to be like, he's going to be OP for everything. Because in this battle, you're going to have like 99% fucking metal shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody who's like, yeah, I got Magneto. So, like, people bring in, like, Halo shit, all those weapons. Magneto goes, my weapons now.
So I think we should have did this one. Aside from Dragon Ball characters being out of this, I think Magneto should be out of this battle too. Because, I mean, honestly, it's like we keep coming back to him.
Because because I was talking to somebody, and everybody's like, he's like the OP of mutants.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's going to be metal somewhere.
Everywhere.
There's going to be
literally metal within a planet itself. I mean, it's minerals.
I mean, even if somebody like, yeah, man, like you said, if I was a Jedi, Star. But then again, somebody might bring in Jedis. Somebody might bring in Siths, and they're also too powered because they even said, I know he's not. I don't know if he's canon or he's legendary now, but what's his name? Starkiller.
He's Legends now.
Okay, so there's part where you bring down a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't always... I mean, if you're in the area with Magneto, don't go over there just yet.
Yeah.
But then again, Gambit can just blow his head. I mean, he's not... I mean, yeah, he's strong, but he's not like... He can die.
Yeah.
I mean, if Vader can just quickly just get up there and chop his head off.
Yeah. Or... Well, no, I was going to say...
Well, I mean, like Predator.
I was going to say Predator. Because that's a different tile of metal altogether. I mean, even in the movies where they actually use a telescope and they see it's not even nothing. The metals that they use is not even in our own periodic table. So
it might be different metal that he can't.
Exactly.
But then again, I mean.
So if we're going to go with that route, obviously we know lightsabers are not made from the planet Earth.
Nope.
So.
Nope.
Who's to say that even Magneto can even control that style of metal? Or even the metal that's on Darth Vader himself?
But here's another thing, too, is a theory that I read in my wife's book. It was called Jedi versus Sith. And in there stated that lightsabers can only be turned on by Force users.
I did hear about that. But heard Han Solo turned on.
But then they go to people like, well, maybe he might be a little...
No, he's not.
See? Okay, so basically, if we're going to go that route, like the book said, if only Force users can turn a lightsaber, and you got people who can control metal like that, if Vader just turns the lightsaber off, then he just got a big fucking hunk of metal.
Yeah.
So if he grabs his lightsaber while it's on, Vader can turn it off real fast and say, yeah, now you can't turn it on because you're not a Force user. So now he's just got a big fucking paperweight. So what are you going to do? Then he's just going to throw it at people.
But here's the thing about Magneto, though. He can take apart metal. Because remember, and I think it was Days of Future Past, where he took train tracks and he literally broke them apart and laced them within those I forgot what the hell they're called, those giant robots.
Oh yeah, I remember
the Sentinels.
Yeah, the Sentinels.
And he was able to control them like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's say he grabs Darth Vader's lightsaber, nothing but a paperweight, but he can, if he can manipulate that metal, he can take it apart and use it as time. Because look what he did with liquid metal when he broke out of the plastic prison in Part 2.
Yeah, because that was when he goes, "You have enough iron in your blood."
Yeah, and he just took that liquid metal
and
bent
he bent it in place to go across the fucking
and still had two other
balls to break all the plastic away. Yeah.
I mean, so
basically that's the reason why also too I picked Neo, because like he's fast, so he can quickly get out. You know, he can just get it.
That's also the thing with me too. Magneto wouldn't have nothing on me because I don't carry metal. If I have that Omni-Man power, I can go so fast before even seeing, break his neck.
Exactly. And then like I said,
and then Magneto's is out of the question.
Yeah. Then you got people who almost like might bring in, like I said, Captain America, the Hulk.
Yep.
Somebody might bring in Doomsday.
Now, see, honestly, I think Omni-Man can fight Hulk. I think he can.
Spider-Man might be in there. Deadpool might be. So then you might get other characters who have,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you never know who would be bringing what to the table.
Like, I don't want to bring in people like, Joel from The Last of Us, because he's just like a normal day person.
See, that was the same thing, because when you first brought this to my attention about making a team like that, my very first character I thought of
was Joel.
Not Joel,
Ellie?
Arthur Morgan.
But see, the thing
and
is,
then I was like,
no,
because he's just a human. The best ability he's got is shooting fast.
And like I said, we're going into a world
where that doesn't matter.
Anybody can bring big stuff in.
Yeah.
Big guns. Like, you got somebody who's flying around, like I said, Mecha Godzilla.
I mean, the strongest weapon that Arthur Morgan can come up with is dynamite arrows. Exactly. It's just not going to mean anything.
So, I mean, you got somebody who might bring in, like, fucking, like, Iron Giant.
Mm-hmm. And what's Arthur going to do with that?
Nothing.
What could Joel do with that? Nothing.
So, that's why I need somebody who has some good, not overpowered, but enough where, like, you bring in something, hey, Neo can just go up there and, I mean, Neo ain't going to do shit to Iron Giant.
No.
He ain't going to do nothing to Mega Godzilla.
No, definitely not.
But at least he can get away from them guys.
Yes, he could. I mean, hell, he can retreat and maybe bring out some of the soldiers he's got that could.
I mean, why haven't somebody brought in Doctor Strange?
Now, see, me, honestly, I don't know too much about Doctor Strange to even bring a conversation to. You would have to inform me of what
I mean,
he's
got these rings, right?
Yeah, I know about the rings.
He can do this, and he can port people into a fucking like multi-universe.
Now, I did see that in the one Spider-Man movie where they had all three versions. I mean, I saw him going through different portals.
Yeah,
so he was trying to get away from Doctor Strange.
He can sit there and throw traps. And then people can walk there. He can just go whoop, and a big old hole. And
you know what I just thought of when it comes to Marvel? Who probably would be a heavy hitter? Ant-Man. Because he can turn huge.
He can, but imagine a huge, giant Ant-Man versus Mechagodzilla.
There's no contest on that. Not even a normal Godzilla. Godzilla himself would just stomp on him. Because he's that much bigger than he is.
Who?
Godzilla
is bigger than Ant-Man.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, but then again, Ant-Man can go whoop, very small.
Yeah.
So he can go into, I mean, not regular Godzilla, but Mecha Godzilla. He can go into the programming and just start ripping wires out.
And speaking of Godzilla, and I changed it because I thought it was just a little too OP. But Godzilla was actually one of the characters I also was considering.
What, Mecha or just regular?
Regular.
A big ass monster, man. We brought in Kong in there.
Yeah.
Just start running shit up.
Because actually, Scorpion was the guy who replaced Godzilla. Because I just thought Godzilla was just a little too OP. Because we saw what it looked like with Mechagodzilla in the actual movie.
Once you see Godzilla light all the fins or whatever, and just start
the atomic breath. Woof.
That would be like I would be scared.
Lights out.
Even my characters would be gone.
Lights out.
Besides Neo, probably be the only one blasted off.
Yeah, but if he was in it, he wouldn't live.
No.
Like I said, probably one of mine could probably survive, and probably that would be Wolverine.
He would be very toasty.
Yes, he would, because like I said, he has survived a nuclear bomb. But so has Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla's just absorbed like a sponge.
your character would be Wolverine, would probably survive. Mine would be Neo, because Neo could probably just like blast off real fast if he saw that in the distance.
I don't even think Vader could do anything with Godzilla.
No. And that's, like I said, there's so much out there.
And the only other person I probably think who can stand toe-to-toe with Godzilla would be Kratos, for the fact that Kratos has got a record of defeating giant titans about the same size as Godzilla.
Yeah.
So
like I said,
he could do it.
We got big. I mean, somebody might bring in Godzilla. Somebody might bring in
Kratos would be the guy. Kratos would be the guy to
somebody might bring in Titans. Somebody might bring in
Kronos.
Fucking, I was going to say Transformers, but they can, I mean, I don't know.
The Transformers are actually not as big as Godzilla.
No.
Not even
Megazord?
The Megazord?
But
Maybe.
That thing can move slow.
No, it moves fast.
It does move fast?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know you're probably not, you don't really know a whole lot of anime, but someone might bring in Gundams.
I have heard of that, but I don't know nothing about it.
They're pretty. They're not. I don't know how big Godzilla is, because in the movie,
there's donuts. I was watching something on YouTube. Each movie shows different sizes of Godzilla. Now, the biggest Godzilla was Earth Godzilla, and he is straight up massive. Like even the ones in the movies we have. Earth Godzilla he towers over those Godzillas big time.
Okay, because I know, like in the movie Ready Player One, where they had Mecha Godzilla, and then guy show he basically used Gundam, and Gundam basically came down and basically just kind of hugged him a little bit, but it wasn't like big. But if you see the animes, Gundams are huge, so it's like you said, they're different sizes. Godzilla's and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is, because even the very first Godzilla movie made in the 1930s, he's actually one of the smallest Godzillas.
Yeah, I figured that. He's only like, skyscrapers, not that big.
The one that I'm talking about, just literally, he towers over skyscrapers.
So
that's huge.
All right. I think it's time to wrap up this conversation of our VR madness inside.
That was crazy, bro.
Like I said, anything can happen inside the VR with your teams. Are we strong enough to fight everybody? Probably not everybody, but I mean, like I said, there are other people, like I said. But let us know down in the comments below, what would your teams be made out of? What would you have plus 5 other people? Would you guys pick Magneto and just, he's going to be the strongest? But
yeah, right.
Magneto might, like I said, Magneto's probably, he might be OP, but there could be somewhere where somebody could flank his ass.
Like I said, like I could with my character being Omni-Man power, he's got super speed, and I know Magneto can. Yeah, his reflexes are not that fast.
Same thing with like Neo and stuff. He can take his ass out.
Yeah.
All Neo needs to do is just quickly fly to him and punch him real fast.
Yep. And we both know Neo's got speed.
He does. I mean, we all know from.
And on top of that, if you want to talk about that real quick. Look how he killed Smith in the first movie. He went right inside him. So if we're in the thing like Oasis, he can go right into their code and just like bloop, and they're
exactly.
dead.
So basically, my man Neo would just destroy Magneto before he even had a chance. So, like I said, he might be OP for some things, but other people might take out Magneto.
Yep. Everyone's got a weakness,
Now, here's one thing that I would say very OP. He's an anime. And his name is the anime is called, I think it was an anime or it's just a movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but his name was Akira.
I have heard of that.
Right, it's basically the iconic is him in the red bike.
Yes. I don't know anything about it, but
basically in the movie Ready Player One, Artemis had his bike.
Oh, that's right.
That red bike was Akira's bike. And
That's right. They said that in the race in the beginning.
yeah. And if my mind serves me correctly, this kid, he has a huge. He always has a fucking migraine. I think from my friend John told me that he always had a migraine, no matter what it was. His migraine, he can just like think of something and it would just go.
Wow.
Like he can just think of a planet, like the moon, and it would just be like.
That's okay.
I think so. I never saw the thing. I should watch it, but as I think I heard from other people that he always has a migraine. He's always like, and he can think of something. He can like think of you. He can think of this, and then just like
you're erased from existence. Damn.
Yeah. So
if that is the case, that's definitely the definition of OP.
So he can just think of like everybody on that fucking planet and
Gone.
just go.
Like, okay, and you're dead.
Yeah. So
that's OP.
I'm thinking, start me around and put it in the comments below the thing. But yeah, I think the guy, he always has like a migraine, and then you can just. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why I was like, do I want Gambit or Cable, because he has a time thing. So when shit gets really soft, he can just stop time real fast, rewind it, and then.
See, yeah, even that time manipulation, that is kind of an OP, because like, let's say his teammate guy, he's like, okay, that ain't gonna happen.
But I only use it once or twice.
Yeah.
So basically, you only use it when shit's gonna get fucked.
So like, if you're one of your big guns.
No, I wouldn't wait for my big guns.
Like say like one of your big heavy hitters bit the dust.
No. I wouldn't wait just for one. I wait for like at least one or three of them go.
Oh, okay.
Because then one person can be out. You'd be like, okay, we still got 4 more people.
Okay.
But if like 2 more go down, and he's still alive, it's just him and me and somebody else. Okay, I'm down some people. I need to rewind this shit and refocus.
Even that is still a little OP. Yeah. If it has to be.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this episode. This is our last episode for the season. Thank you for joining us for this whole journey that we've been doing. We should have did this podcast a long time ago, but like you said,
never too late.
Never too late. And thank you. We appreciate you guys for watching these videos. Like I said, hopefully we can get this community to grow.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. We want this community to grow because you never know. You guys help us out. We might help you guys out in the future. Maybe get some special surprises in season 2. But anyways, guys, remember, growing up is loving up. We'll see you guys in season 2.